George Square was home to over £100,000 worth of cars this morning, as Strathclyde Police displayed some of the vehicles which had been recovered from criminal activity over the past year. The force has recovered over £18 million worth of goods under the proceeds of crime legislation, and Assistant Chief Constable Campbell Corrigan believes that the figure proves that the police's efforts are now paying dividends.
Well, we're having a kind of visual representation of Strathclyde Police's effort against in tackling organised crime. What you're seeing today is some really high value cars that are pretty typical of what we see from organised criminals. Range Rovers worth £50,000 that have been taken from people who have no job, no income, who are perhaps involved heavily in organised crime, which means drug dealing, human trafficking, whatever it might be, but it's totally illegal. And what we're doing here is we're signposting to communities that we are being successful. This notion that crime does pay, I think what you're seeing today that it doesn't pay, and we are absolutely unstinting in our efforts to try and tackle this. This year we're going to surpass our own level of expectation, because unfortunately this is prevalent. This is not unusual. We have members of the public saying to us that, you know, that they're going home with their messages that they can ill afford and times are hard at the moment, and meanwhile somebody with no job and no likelihood of a job is driving past them in a £60,000 car. Well, there's a clear thing that society needs to deal with, not just the police. And I also mentioned the Crown Office and Procurator Fiscal Service have been as big a player in getting this today as we have. And when we work together, Glasgow City Council or whoever it might be, that we work together to try and tackle this, that's only then that we become truly successful at it. We've seized £18.3 million of assets, whether seized it or identified it for restraint. I mean, that's an incredible figure. I was talking to somebody there about when you make the comparison how much it costs to fund a school or a community centre or something that's legitimate, that the likes of who drive some of these cars would be in the communities, destroying the communities that are actually the ones who could benefit from the equivalent value. And the good thing is that at the end of this process, the money that's recovered from sale of these things will go back into those communities, and they'll fund not only law enforcement but some of the good things that are on the go there. So I think it's a really positive message, and it's also a message to those who would think about getting involved in this type of stuff for the so-called quick buck. It's a clear message from me: don't. We will tackle you, we will get to grips with it, we will take this off you, and we will put you in jail. And if need be, we'll put members of your close family in jail who are involved in the same level of criminality.